Hey guys, well tomorrow I get to go on basically the first trip of the summer for me, first overnighter. We're going to go backpacking, just a one night deal, just hike there, camp, and then hike back. And I need to grab my book and double check how far it is, but we're going to go up on the Superior hiking trail. That's up in, it's north of us, in kind of north of Duluth, Minnesota. And it's a nice hiking trail that goes all the way from basically a little bit north of Duluth all the way, I think it goes almost to Canada. But anyway, I met a gentleman on Facebook, George Wells Jr. And I first started seeing him because he does a lot of cold weather hammock camping. And it takes some pretty specialized gear, and I mean cold weather like 20 below and stuff. He's out hammock camping, that's a little cold for me, but I'd rather be in a tarp or something like that with a fire. But I mean, with the right gear and stuff, he proved that you could do it. I watched some of his videos and stuff, and anyway, it was pretty neat. And he just lives south of me, so just to kind of make sure that we were compatible or whatever, he came up and we kind of just walked around my property, and he showed me a little bit of stuff and I showed him a little bit of stuff, and I think we both came to the conclusion that neither one of us is an axe murderer or anything, so we decided to do a little backpacking trip, and this one's kind of just getting our feet wet, you know, going out. So anyway, I'm going to grab my backpack and kind of show you, once I get it all together, decide what I'm going to take. I'll get it all together and show you guys what I'm gonna bring. I've got this metal can behind me. I'm a gear junkie. I got this thing full of gear, and I got my closet behind me full of gear. So obviously I don't need all that stuff, but you know, a lot of it changes with winter to summer. But anyway, I have a lot of crap. Let me get my backpack out and I'll show you what I'm going to take. I have normally, in past trips, always taken I've got an REI brand backpack. Since then I've gotten an ILBE. I really like that pack. It's really, you know, what everybody says, bomb proof or whatever. It seems to be just really well constructed. I like it because my backpack is nice, but it's made out of a thinner material, and if I scratch it on a thorn or something like that, it's going to rip. You can totally tell it's going to rip. Where this other stuff, it's made from a lot heavier duty stuff, which makes the pack heavier. So I mean, the ultra lightest backpacking guy is not going to want one of these packs. It's pretty heavy. Let me get all my gear together. I'll weigh the pack empty. I'll show you what type of gear I'm going to take, and then I'll weigh it when I'm all done packing. And for me, with an overnight trip, the amount of weight I'm going to be carrying is going to be very close to basically even if I went out for a week. Okay, because if I went out for a week, I'd be taking a lot of dehydrated meals. They don't add up to a lot, and maybe some spare clothes, a little bit of spare clothes or something. But otherwise, everything is going to be the same. You still need your shelter, you need your sleeping bag or wool blanket. You know, for me, I'm going to take both those things. I like to hammock camp. I'm not super experienced at it, but when I go by myself, I take my hammock. It's just a lot more comfortable for me to sleep on. And then I use a wool blanket for an underquilt. I do have a sleeping pad that I may try in the future, just because I like the idea of the pad kind of defines the hammock a little bit better. In other words, it will make a nice bottom for you, where the wool blanket, you can get wrinkles in it and stuff like that. But I kind of like taking the wool blanket. I mean, it's more multi-functional than a sleeping pad and stuff like that, but whatever. Anyway, let me stop rambling here, and I'll get all my crap out and decide what I'm going to take, and I'll show you guys what it's going to consist of and how much it's going to weigh. Hey guys, okay, well, I've kind of gathered the stuff that I'm going to be packing, and I'm kind of ready to go through it, kind of just double check, make sure I didn't forget anything. This is not going to be a light trip. I mean, this is not ultra light. I want to totally have just I want to be smooth in it. I mean, I just really want just to be super laid back and to not want for anything. If I was going, like I said, I mean, the stuff that I'm bringing, I could go for a week or a day. And for a day, it's a little much. I mean, I'm going a little over the top, but that's, you know, I'm not in super good shape, but I mean I climb a ladder for a living, so my legs are, I think, in pretty good shape. So I don't mind packing this stuff, and it's just the way I am. This is just kind of the stuff that I like to pack. First of all, I'm gonna go through my haversack here real quick. I'm gonna be bringing my haversack, and Bobby Moody, he's on Facebook a little bit. He's just one of the friends from the Pathfinder school and stuff like that. I've never met him personally. But anyway, he made me some bug dope from Nesmic's recipe. So I'm going to be trying that out for the first time. I actually put some on me right now. It's got a different smell to it, but it's not bad, and it's kind of cool actually. So anyway, I'm going to be trying that stuff out. So we've got that. I've got just a normal fire kit. You've seen this one before. And actually, now that I look in here, I see I've got a couple of packets of cocoa and a bandana. I've got a tinder bag with nothing in it. I've got my Baco saw, and I've got some 100% deep just in case the bug dope doesn't work, because I've never tested it. So that's in my haversack right now. Okay. Now, as far as my shelter and my sleep system and stuff, I've got just a normal, or generic, you might say, sleeping bag. It's supposed to be good down to 0 degrees. I've used this sleeping bag a lot. I don't really want to take my MSS this time. I haven't tested it quite enough, and I mean I know it's good. It's just I don't know which bag would be good enough for me, whether it would be the patrol bag or the other bag. It's supposed to get down to maybe in the 40s, upper 40s at night, and then warm up on Friday for sure. Tomorrow on the way in it's supposed to get up into the mid 70s, and then on the way out it's supposed to be 50s or 60s, something like that. And on Saturday it's supposed to rain. So anyway, I've just got a dry bag with my sleeping bag stuffed in it. Now as far as the hammock camping, like I said, I'm not super experienced at it. I like it better than sleeping on the ground, but you always need an underquilt. And I have a 3.5 point Hudson Bay blanket. That's what I like to use for my underquilt. We've got that. Okay, this is just a rain hat. It's a Gore-Tex hat basically. I love this hat. I wish it was a different color because I could wear it like even when the sun was beating down, because it's nice. In Minnesota, I always talk about the bugs and stuff that we have, but we have deer flies and mosquitoes and stuff, and if you wear a hat, I'm starting to go bald on top, so I mean I get tagged pretty good with the bugs, but if you wear a hat, they don't bother you quite so much on your head, and if the sun's beating down, I'd like to have something other than black. But anyway, I've got a rain hat. Toilet paper just in case. Whatever. I guess I'm not sure the right way to pronounce this. Schmog or Schmay, whatever. I've got one of them. And I've just got a Gander Mountain generic shirt that I've treated with Promethean, however you say it. I've got my Hennessy hammock. When I bought my Hennessy hammock, this one says it's the ultralight backpacker. It came with a rain fly, a tarp or whatever. That all the reviews that I read said you should buy the bigger one, and so I had to buy an additional tarp in addition to the one that came with this, and so that's what I did. Anyway, that's my hammock. Okay, I'm going to bring my Pathfinder canteen set up. I've got my canteen cup and my stove and some cool little forks and stuff. My son actually bought me for Christmas last year. I kind of like them, little metal forks. We've got that. And when I weigh my stuff, that water bottle's going to be full and all my food's going to be in my pack. Temporarily, because some of it's frozen right now, and I'm going to take some fresh food. But I think that I think that weighing your pack without food and water in it is kind of, I don't want to say cheating, but I mean it's not real world as far as I'm concerned. I mean, water weighs a lot. I think it weighs like 8 pounds per gallon, so you're adding a couple of pounds just even for a quart of water. So that's just my opinion, whatever. Okay, something else I'm bringing. Alright, first of all, tentsmiths.com. Everybody seems to be loving the tarps that they put out and the watch coats and stuff. I have their tarp and I have their watch coat, and I know why everybody seems to love them. They're a great product. They sent me a scrap of material, okay? I asked her to send me a scrap of material. I'm not sure they'll do it for everybody. She was just maybe in a good mood that day. Whatever. This is going to be something maybe I might put underneath my hammock so I can put my bare feet on just as a vapor barrier or a water barrier or something like that if I need to sit down on the wet ground or whatever. I've been using this thing a lot, and I really like it. It's just a scrap of material, not a big deal. It's super light too. So I've got my watch coat. This is what I'm going to use for my rain gear in addition to that Gore-Tex hat. I'm not going to bring any rain pants. I'll be wearing my BDUs. If they get wet, then you know what, they're just going to get wet. So I'm going to bring my watch coat. I purchased an open watch coat. You can purchase a closed one. I like the open one, I think, just because of the reviews and the people that talked about it, because it seems to be more versatile maybe. So when you buy an open one, you need to be able to close it somehow. They don't come with buttons or toggles or anything like that. And like Dave Canterbury and Jamie Burley use rope or paracord or whatever. Well, I contacted the paracord guy, and he makes these nice paracord belts. I like that. His name is Anton, I think is how you pronounce it. He's a super nice guy, and I like supporting these small businesses. You know, I bought some of his bedroll straps. I like those. I like his belt here, and it just gives me, for me, the rope and the paracord. You know, I just don't want to wear my stuff out. It's a thin area of wear maybe on my watch coat and stuff, and I just think this is a nice longer term type deal. And then if it's not raining too bad, or if I could use that for a wind barrier too, that watch coat, then I could put my my knife and my saw and stuff like that on this belt. Anyway, I just like it. I love paracord. I'm starting to really appreciate it more, I think. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit, tiny bit chilly. Not a big deal, I don't think. I'm just going to bring my wool, that Korean War era deal, flannel type thing. We've got the pack here, okay. And I've got this is the new Pathfinder stainless steel cook pot, okay. I could secure it with paracord or whatever, but I just happened to be messing around and I saw this rubber band. This is not something that I'm going to keep on there forever, but you know, it's a rubber band. It's pretty easy to mess with. So that's what I'm going to secure it with on this trip. So inside of here, I want George to be fat and happy. So there must be a bird outside. The dog's going nuts. Anyway, we're going to bring some jerky, and I've got some coffee singles, and for breakfast I've got some oatmeal and just a couple napkins. You know, obviously I could use my Schnag or Schmog or whatever I already said. But, I mean, it's pretty hard to beat disposable napkins. It's light and you can burn them. I'm going to bring some paper plates. Like I said, we're going to be really smooth in it. I mean, we're not going to be stabbing crap with our knife and, you know, eating bark and stuff. I mean, we're really going to be smooth in it. Paper plates. And I'm totally cheating. I'm going to bring, I've got 8 briquettes in here. I know I can cook over a wood fire. I've done it a lot of times, but for just simplicity and stuff, these coals, I mean these briquettes, they just, you know, I mean it's briquettes. It's kind of self-explanatory. I just really want the trip to go easy. And inside of here, I have something that I found on a job site. It's some sort of a shelf or something for like a freezer unit or a refrigerator unit or something for a restaurant, and I'm pretty sure they're stainless steel, and I just think they're going to make little nice little barbecues. And if I can't find 2 rocks or 2 logs or something to put across it, I'm going to take my bush pot stove and just set it on top of there. Now I'm sure I could just use the bush pot stove, but I want to try these out. So we're not going to be lacking for anything, guys. Inside of here too, I'm going to have my camera. I've got an extra battery in here right now, but I'm also going to have my video camera and then my tripod there too. So I'm going to bring a frozen pound of hamburger. it'll thaw out as we walk there, and you know, it'll be perfectly fine. Like I said, I want George to be fat and happy. I'm going to bring, this is some venison summer sausage I had made. It's pepper jack venison summer sausage. I'll freeze it up tonight, and got some nice chunks in there. So already wrapped up in tin foil and stuff, I just got some potatoes. Okay. I've got some sliced cheddar cheese, nice sharp aged cheddar cheese. Just a spatula. Sure, I could whittle one out of a piece of wood. I've done it before, but you know what the heck, this thing doesn't weigh very much. We'll see when I get all my pack all together. We'll see how much it weighs, and we'll see how much of this crap I'm going to be ditching. So far though, this is kind of what I want to bring, but like I said, we'll see. And I hate being hungry. I mean, I just freaking hate it. So I'm bringing a little extra food. I got a little thing of smoked salmon here, just as a snack. And like I said, I'm not sparing anything. I got a half a cube of butter here. George says he's bringing a spice kit, so I'm not going to bring any salt and pepper or anything like that. I mean, he's bringing the buns and the ketchup or whatever he wants to bring. And he's also bringing some bacon too, so that sounds pretty cool. So that's it. We're just going to hike out there. We'll probably get to the hiking spot at about noon or so, and we'll have already eaten. So then we'll probably, it's one thing I forgot to do, I'll do it on the way in. I forgot how long of a hike it is, but I'll get the book out and see how long of a hike it is, but I'm sure we'll get there before 6, and then we'll eat dinner, probably just hang out, and then maybe snack on some jerky or summer sausage or something, and just kind of talk maybe and stuff, and then you know, wake up, eat some breakfast. We'll also, you know, maybe still have some snack food left, and then that's it. We're not gonna starve, that's for sure. A couple of other things I forgot that I was gonna bring, and I'll just show them here real quick. I always bring this headlamp. It's a black diamond, whatever, it's a black diamond. It seems to be pretty bright. I like this headlamp. Bring that. I'm going to bring my multi-tool, and then just some spare batteries. So I'm going to put all this stuff back in the refrigerator, put the stuff that needs to go in the freezer, and I'll reset up here, and I'm going to weigh the pack by itself, and then I'll weigh it with all this crap in it. And I still, every time I go out, I just can't believe how much space my sleeping bag and wool blanket take up when I do this hammock stuff, or no matter what kind of camping. This ILBE is supposed to be bigger. Well, it is bigger than my other pack, but my other pack I could strap it to the outside. We'll have to see if I can do it to this. So I'm not super experienced with the ILBE, but like I said, from what little I've used it, it's a pretty nice setup. All right, let's get rid of some of these perishables, put them back in the freezer, and I'll get back with you. Okay guys, so this is where we're going. Just part of the North Shore Trail. We're going to park here, and then we're going to walk. All these little arrows are just points of interest or whatever, and then we're going to walk to this campsite. We're going to camp there, and then we're going to try to hit this other trail. It's called the North Shore State Trail, and then we'll hike back down to our car. There's not a real good shuttle service on this thing. I mean, there is, but I don't know how to use it that well, and it seems to only run certain days of the week. So if you backpack, you either need to take 2 cars and park one here and one at the other end, or try to do a loop, or walk it and then walk back. It's 5.1 miles to that campsite. That's not bad at all. We should be able to do that. Okay guys, like I said, I'm not going light. I'll show you the pack here real quick. It's plumb full. Totally full here. And then right where the assault pack would normally go, that's where I've got my haversack. And then I strapped, what is that? It's either my wool blanket or my sleeping bag on the outside here. Okay, then the other one's inside. Now like I said, I mean, we are not wanting on this trip. I mean, anytime you pack meat and potatoes and butter and all sorts of luxuries like that, it's going to add up. I'm going to guess this pack weighs 40 pounds. And not even, well, you can't see it, but whatever. I did not weigh this beforehand. I've kind of gotten semi-decent at guessing how much my pack weighs, and basically right on the, it's like 42 or 40, I think it was like 42 pounds. 42 pounds. For an overnight trip, that's pretty ridiculous. But like I said, I mean, I could go out there, you get rid of the perishables and put in dehydrated meals. You could get this pack down to 40 pounds or right at 42, whatever. You could live out of this sucker for a week, comfortably, very comfortably. I could get rid of my bush pot and only use my canteen setup. I personally like being able to have a hot drink or have a drink while I'm eating, so that's why I like two, things of cooking kit. Put my camera and stuff in here. I don't think that weighs too much, probably 44 by the time I'm done. That's not bad for me. That's just, I mean, I've got a ton of crap in here. I've got a multi-tool, saw, I got my knife on my belt. This isn't ultralight camping. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. This is the first time I'm going to be able to get out this year, away from my own property, and I think it'll be fun. So that's about it. Hope you guys are having a great one. Take care.